Okay, so a company called Monster Fight Club released a game called Combat Zone, which is essentially it's a Cyberpunk universe game. I think the initial one's based on something called Cyberpunk Red, which I actually don't know what that is. But basically, last year they put up for pre-order a different version of the game. It's the same game, but essentially a separate starter set. It's not meant. I don't think it's also meant to replace the old one. And this is based on Edgerunners. Yeah, so I pre-ordered it mostly because it came with this model here, which is basically Rebecca and Adam Smasher. It's one big ass model, which is kind of neat. I probably shouldn't have pre-ordered it, as I think the pre-orders were for $100 and the shipping was 80. Probably wasn't worth it, but it happened. It's too late. The box is actually huge, but what I'm going to do, I decided to do an unboxing stream. So underneath this image, I couldn't actually get the cover underneath my cam in a way you can see it. We've got the box open. Sort of here. Not the best image, but yeah. So obviously we have a sort of advertisement flyer, which essentially has, so that's the old starter set there, which comes with, I think like 10 or 11 miniatures by the looks of it. It's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 miniatures, board, some terrain, bunch of cards and stuff to play the game, which is kind of neat. And then there's a bunch of extra gangs and stuff you can get down the bottom, including some cat girls, which is always fun. And there's some sort of like on the back, it's a sort of, oh, yeah, so I guess it's based on the actual RPG itself by the looks of it, or it's a version of the RPG based on that, the original one, right? And obviously there's an assembly guide. Now the main difference between this box and the original is the original one, I think, at the time of pre-ordering, when I first pre-ordered, it was about $120. And this one is $100. And looking on Amazon right now, this one's closer to 80 and the other one's 90. So I think something happened where everything went down in price. But what's up with this is the other one's miniatures, right? This one's not. This one has acrylic standees instead of miniatures. So yeah, and you get 21. So technically you get more playing pieces if it's not models for cheaper. So I do like how, I think I like the idea of it. I think obviously as like a miniature gamer, the value isn't as high as it would be otherwise. I think the fact that they've managed to make the starter set that's cheaper, and in a way it's also more accessible for non-miniature gamers. So you could sell this to board game players and they could just play it as a board game rather than to think about doing it as a wargame. But yeah, so you get more miniatures in the box from that one, but they're just not actual miniatures. I think they are selling all the miniatures separately as well, because they did a pre-order. The pre-order also had a edition of a box which had miniatures instead of the standees, and then the pre-order bonus of that was getting a correct standee version of a pre-order miniature from this one, which is kind of funny. Yeah, so you get a bunch of cards. Obviously, assembly instructions are very simple. You just put them on the base and you're good. And even there's some ruins and other buildings in the box as well. Then next up we have, this is just a picture of the actual pre-order model by the looks of it. Yeah, that does look like a photo. Or at least a red, yeah, that might be an actual painted photo with some editing on to make it look a bit different. But obviously there's next up is a scenario book, which I guess has a bunch of scenarios in it. It would be nice if I could have my webcam just a bit higher. Obviously one-off games, campaign, pairing against room scenario. I also don't really have space to actually try this game out. If I did, I could on my brother into, or bribe my brother into at least playing with me. A bunch of scenarios in it. Deployments. having this rulebook. Obviously, I have no idea how this game plays. I think I probably would have bought it anyway, even if it's like non-pre-order, even if I didn't pre-order it. Oh, there's some blurbs I look through. Yeah, just a bunch of rules and stuff. Kind of nice. I might actually give this a read at some point. Maybe do like a wife and grab a game. If I can't play the game, I probably shouldn't. And it has the measuring sticks, which don't have inches. It looks like it's red, yellow, and green measurements, which I think do have inches assigned to them, but I guess for the purpose of this game it doesn't actually matter. So I think I saw that in the rulebook. I think the idea is you can also go use them as if you can bend them around to actually go around corners and stuff. I think you did mention inches. Yeah, so this basically looks like size of games. Oh yeah, so green is 12 inches, yellow is 7 inches, and red is 3 inches long. Looks like game size, you essentially spend Eurobucks for your gang. You play 100 and 150 games on a 22 by 30 inch mat, which is one included, and you essentially put two of those together for 200 Eurobucks games. Or just buy a bigger mat. So yeah, so we got the range rulers. Then we have some terrain. Oh, this is gonna be difficult to get out. There we go. It's actually, this is solid. This is like 3 millimeters, maybe an eighth of. Oh yeah, be called eighth of an inch. About an eighth of an inch, I think. Yeah, so about an eighth of an inch thick, which is actually kind of insane. So quite thick, quite a bit there as well. Some barricades as well as buildings. There's windows you can leave in or take out. Like these windows, you can actually take them out or just leave them in. Some of the windows are just in. Neat. Oh fuck! It's actually really difficult to get out. There's another one. Oh god, that's starting to come out. It is actually really nice. It is nice when games actually come with just cardstock, like good quality cardstock terrain, as it gives you terrain, and it's not going to be too expensive to produce, put in a box, and again, it doesn't take up too much space. You get 3 sheets of terrain, and there's a bunch of tokens now. These tokens are slightly thinner, like 2 mils instead of 3. But like, they don't need to be as sturdy as you're not using them as terrain, they're just tokens. And they're double-sided as well by the looks of it, which probably means something. And then you, oh shit. The board's actually cardstock. Actually cardstock. I was not expecting that. So it's about, the board looks to be a bit thicker than the actual terrain as well. But you get, that's actually good. I like that. And then you get some plastic things will probably hold the terrain together. So these are like the edges for the buildings. You get a bunch of bags, Ziploc bags, I guess, just with extra storage, especially once you start opening these like shrink wrap things. So there's a bunch of weapon cards and stuff. Equipment, so your gear tokens. This one is hex by the looks of it. Then you've got actual gonk cards, I think they're called. Adam's Smasher, cost 50 Eurobucks. Then we have the reason I actually pre-ordered the box. It's a tiny, literally tiny model. But Adam Smasher, Probably some sort of reason by the looks of it, and Rebecca. And you could honestly, yeah, I think that bit slots into there. That's an interesting way to do it, actually. The detail doesn't look too bad, honestly. That's literally the reason I pre-ordered. Give me a bunch of dice. It looks like D8, D12. There's D10s. Oh yeah, there's D8, D10s, and D12s, and D6s. Yeah, so they have symbols on both the 1 and the max number. I don't know which one's which. I don't know if it's low is better or high is better. But yeah, so you've got cross, like the no symbol, and then skulls on each side. All the clock standards right here. It looked like the instructions showed them as a sheet. This were even pushed out of the sheet. But you get a whole bunch of playing figures. It's honestly not bad. I think it's meant to go there. I don't know. Oh, that's the dice. Yeah, you ready for the dice. And then technically, you could use this as storage. Actually, I think you could use this as storage because the playmat just goes back on top, so it holds all that stuff in place. And then everything else just starts going on top again. Obviously, buildings you could, yeah, they wouldn't be too bad because again, if they just slot into the those plastic reach things, they'll probably hold into place. You can just lie them flat in here. So you could easily use this as storage as well. Treat it as a board game. Yeah, so honestly, I don't mind this at all. But yeah, so I think I'm going to put affiliate links to both this starter and the old one in the description. And at some point, I might give the rules a read. And if I can find some space to play the game, I might give it a go and see what my thoughts are. So what I'll be doing is every fortnight, I will have a tabletop game video. Either something like a unboxing like this, or some painting video, or a unit review like I've done for Legion of Paris and Imperialis in the past. I do have the Kickstarter for the latest Battletech Kickstarter coming soon as well, so that might be the next one. And I'll probably have a bunch of Legions Imperialis stuff as well. I probably should get around to painting some of my Battletech stuff just to that would be some fairly easy painting content. Oh yeah, so just in the comment section if you want to, like, if anyone's actually played Combat Zone before, just give your comments in the section. I'll be looking forward to actually hearing what you actually think of the game as well. If you have any issues with it or things, recommendations for things for when I do eventually try it out. But yeah, thank you for coming everyone, and make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in about 2 weeks time.